Triple Students YouTube channel. So today we are going to know about the response of second order, response of under damped system of second order system. Okay, response of under damped second order system for unit step input. Okay, so this is the topic we are going to discuss today. So generally for this we know the standard transfer function C of s by R of s is equals to omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So this is the second order standard transfer function. So from this we are going to find out the response. So to find the response, C of s is equals to R of s into omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So here we are the applying input is step input. So for step input, R of s is equals to 1 by s. So before going to know this, so the response here we are used to for the under damped system. So for the under damped system, the zeta value. So these are the four cases based upon the damping ratio. So for the under damped system, the damping ratio is zeta is less than 1. So 0 is less than zeta. This is the condition we are going to take in for the under damped system. So what are the roots here? So s1 comma s2 are the two roots. Why? Because the order of the system is 2. That's why the root we have two roots, s1 and s2, and the roots are minus zeta omega n plus or minus j omega d. So this is the what we discussed earlier in the previous class. So actually the root is plus or minus omega n into square root of zeta square minus 1. Okay, so here see one thing, the zeta value is always less than 1. So zeta square value is also less than 1. So what is the value? Zeta and something. So the here the value is compulsory less than 1. See here, zeta is less than 1, zeta square also less than 1. So what happened to this value is become negative. So to make it positive, we are going to change some modifications here. What the modifications are? Let us see here. So we are going to change the modifications. So s1 comma s2 is equals to minus zeta omega n plus or minus, we are simply common this minus 1 in the square root. So minus 1 into 1 minus zeta square. Now you can compare, multiply this minus 1 to this term, it will become what? The same thing. Okay, then we know that one more thing, that is equals to minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n into square minus 1 becomes j, imaginary term, omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square is equals to omega d. We know that in the earlier stage. So now the response is C of s is equals to 1 by s into omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Now we are going to we also have the roots here. So the roots are, as we discussed earlier, is like that. So now we are going to partial fraction expansion. By applying partial fraction expansion to this term, what happens? C of s is equals to a by s plus bs plus c by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Why? Because it is a quadratic equation. So for that purpose, now we are going to find out the a, b and c values. For obtaining a, for a, multiply C of s with s and letting s is equals to 0. What happens? See what happens. So C of s is equals to what? We all know that omega n square by s into s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square into s, and make s is equals to 0. So s gets cancelled, and what happens is equals to omega n square by, when we put s is equals to 0, all the terms become 0 and we got only omega n square. This is get cancelled and the value is 1. Therefore a is equals to 1. Okay. Okay, for obtaining b and c, we are going to cross multiply. We are going to cross multiply these terms. What happens when we are going to cross multiply these terms? So omega n square by s into s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square is equals to a into s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square plus bs plus c into s divided by s into s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So what happens now? These two terms get cancelled and substitute a is equals to 1 as we identified, as we obtained before. So what happens when omega n square is equals to 1 into s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square plus bs square plus cs. So now compare the coefficients of s square term and compare the coefficient of s term. What we got? So by comparing coefficient of s square, we got 0 is equals to, here s coefficient is 1 plus and here s coefficient is b. So from this b is equals to minus 1. Okay, and by comparing the coefficient of s, we got what we got. So here c s coefficient and 2 zeta omega n, that is equals to 0. From this we got c is equals to minus 2 zeta omega n. Okay, now done this. Okay, after finding the residues, we got a is equals to minus 1, sorry, a is equals to plus 1, b is equals to minus 1, c is equals to minus 2 zeta omega n. Now we are going to substitute the values there. What happens? C of s is equals to 1 by s minus, what is the value of b? S plus 2 zeta omega n. Okay, s plus 2 zeta omega n by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Okay, so this is the term what we got. Now we are going to apply inverse Laplace transform. So here directly we don't apply inverse Laplace, so we are going to modify something. So for the modification or to expansion, we are going to multiply, add and subtract the zeta square omega n square term for the second order denominator polynomial. So add and subtract zeta square omega n square to second term of the denominator. What happens now? So see here, c of s is equals to 1 by s minus s plus 2 zeta omega n by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square plus zeta square omega n square minus zeta square omega n square. So you see here we add and subtract, that's why the equation doesn't change. No values are changed by doing this. Okay, now what we are going to do, 1 by s minus s plus 2 zeta omega n. See here, s square plus 2ab plus b square. This seems to be a formula, a square, a plus b whole square. So we can convert this into s plus zeta omega n whole square minus zeta square omega n square. Okay, can modify this like this. Now we are going to change one more thing. What means, after simplifying this equation, now also it is not ready for applying the inverse Laplace term. So we are going to modify this term also. Okay, and we miss one more term, so plus omega n square. Okay, now we are going to simplify this one. What happens? 1 by s minus s plus 2 zeta omega n by s plus zeta omega n whole square. So see here, omega n, sir, both terms omega n common, omega n. So minus omega n square. What happens? We got 1 minus zeta square. So plus omega n square. See here, why we are taking like this means omega n square minus zeta square omega n square. So we can take this. So now we are going to take this as equation number, this one as equation number 1 and this one as equation number 2. Okay. Okay, now we are going to split this term like this. C of s is equals to 1 by s minus zeta omega n, s plus zeta omega n by s plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d. Why? Because we can take this as omega d is equals to omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. So here we have omega n square, so it will become omega d square. Why? Because omega d square is equals to omega n square into 1 minus zeta square. We know that omega d is the damping frequency. Okay, we can substitute the value directly there, so it will become omega d square. Okay, so s plus zeta omega n minus zeta omega n by s plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square. We can simplify like this. Why? Because I can explain you. See here, this minus into s minus s plus minus into plus minus. So see here, minus into s minus s minus into plus minus zeta omega n minus zeta omega n equal to plus 2 zeta omega n. Why? Because when we apply minus here, minus s minus 2 zeta omega n. When we apply here minus s minus zeta omega n minus zeta omega n becomes plus 2 zeta omega n. Okay, while taking common minus. Okay, so by seeing this, but it is also somewhat, it is going to be simplified using these two terms, are simplified using inverse Laplace transform directly by using the formula inverse Laplace transform. And what happened to this term? So it's not a formula, seems to be a formula which is come in the inverse Laplace. So for going to convert that third term into inverse Laplace formula, we are going to add and multiply omega d. Okay, we are going to add and multiply omega d in both numerator and denominator. Okay, so multiply and divide omega d in numerator and denominator of the third term. So then what happens? C of s is equals to 1 by s minus s plus zeta omega n by s plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square minus omega d by s plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square into zeta omega n by omega d. See here, we are going to multiply and divide the omega d values in the third term. That's why, because by multiply and dividing the same number, the equation does not change, does not have any changes. Okay, so now see, this s plus a divided by s plus a whole square plus omega square is in the formula for inverse Laplace transform. Now we are going to apply the inverse Laplace transform. Apply inverse Laplace transform for the above equation. What happens? So c of t is equals to inverse Laplace of 1 by s becomes 1 minus. See here, it is in the form of which type? So see here, s plus a, this is in the form of s plus a and s plus a whole square plus omega square. For that, what is the formula? E power at, e power minus at, e power zeta omega n t. Why? Because a is the zeta omega n value, so that's at formula. And cos omega dt is the formula. Why? Because e power minus at into cos omega is the formula. Okay, and this one is for that, and this one here omega by s plus a whole square plus omega square is the formula for e power minus zeta omega nt sin omega dt is the formula for this one. Okay, into zeta omega n by omega d. Okay, now we are going to take these common terms here, e power minus zeta omega nt, e power minus zeta omega nt here. So 1 minus e power minus zeta omega nt here common. What happens? Cos omega dt minus, so minus goes here, that's why we are taking here plus. So what happened here? Sin omega dt into, so we can convert this omega d in terms of square root of omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Now we are going to take LCM of this. What happens? C of t is equals to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by, what happens when this omega n gets cancelled, and taking LCM, square root of 1 minus zeta square. We can, after LCM, we can take common this, and what happens here? This term becomes cos omega dt into square root of 1 minus zeta square plus sin omega dt into zeta. The term will become like this. Okay, see here what happens. Sin A, one is a trigonometric term and another one is a frequency term. Now we are going to take a triangle, right angle triangle, by assuming all these things. Let it be theta, okay, theta square root of 1 minus zeta square zeta 1. Okay, so okay, now we are going to convert this like this. C of t is equals to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by square root of 1 minus zeta square into, see here, sin omega dt. What happened here? Value of zeta, see here, for finding the value of zeta, it is becomes cos theta, adjacent side by hypotenuse. Okay, so cos theta plus cos omega dt. See here what happens here, square root of 1 minus zeta square is sin theta, opposite side by hypotenuse. So sin theta, we can take this term by using the right angle triangle, by constructing these values in the right angle triangle is the standard form. So from this we are going to draw like this. Okay, now the term will be like this. Now what happens, we can simply, C of t is equals to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by square root of 1 minus zeta square, square root of 1 minus zeta square into sin omega dt cos theta plus cos omega dt sin theta. So sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. What is the formula of this? Sin of A plus B, that is equals to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by square root of 1 minus zeta square into sin of omega dt plus theta. So we can write the theta value from this triangle. So tan theta is equals to opposite side by hypotenuse, that is square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So from this theta is equals to tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So this is the value of theta. Okay friends, this is the response of the C of t, is the response of the underdamped second order transfer function when a unit step input is applied. Okay, what happens when a step input is applied? Just we are adding the magnitude value here. So for step input, here the value is C of t is equals to A into 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by square root of 1 minus zeta square into sin of omega dt plus theta. This is the value of for the step input, and this is the value of unit step input. And now we are going to see the responses. How the responses be like this? See here. So this is the step, unit step. So this is the R of t and t, and for the responses, for this the response is like this. So it's a R of C of t and t. So this is the response of underdamped second order system for the unit step input. Okay. Okay friends, this video is to be very long. Why? Because it's a very big derivation. So I think I hope all of you understand this derivation. If you have any doubts, just comment me and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.